I'm going to speak about 10 minutes, and for the few of you who know me, it's not a joke. I really will try to keep it in 10 minutes. I created a pamphlet which it says show it, and I forgot to take it. We're good? Overnight. Well, not overnight. I was sleeping overnight. Next day. You don't use the cameras only to spy on your guests. Don't you love when your tenants crank the AC down to 55 degrees like you're hosting Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat? How we're going to communicate with the cleaner. Will the cleaner show up? Issue the right one? It's like a Tinder date all over again. We sent the Wi-Fi password. Of course we did. And of course they didn't read it. I checked your marriage cannot be delegated. Yeah, Becky, do the $2.30 discount. Leave me alone. Done. Thank you. Next. We're good? Don't move too much. Years ago on today's date, it was my last time I clocked in for work. So I make sure every year I go and do something. Today I had lunch by myself. It was a great time. Giving lunch by yourself is to pay for one and eat for one, not like when you go on a date. So hello everybody. First and foremost, thank you for allowing me to speak. My name is Christian. I have real estate here in Jacksonville. I manage long-term and short-term rentals. I've also had other businesses, ATMs, claw machines, coin pushers, and other stuff like that, but I've sold some of them and mainly focus on the real estate part because it's where the money's at. I hope by the end of this meeting, I enrich your knowledge and I provoke some questions and change some of your routines and in your business. I'm going to speak about 10 minutes, and for the few of you who know me, it's not a joke. I really will try to keep it in 10 minutes. Today, I'll talk about how to automate your business remotely without losing your mind. I will give a lot of real estate references because I do real estate. And what makes you qualified to talk on this? I already spoke with a few of you. I recently went on a 7-month trip. I was around the world. Woohoo! And I managed to manage 10 long-term and 5 short-term, and the short-term were the harder part, obviously, from across the ocean. I even made a video for my YouTube channel because why wouldn't you make a video on an island? If you don't make a video, it's like it never happened. You gotta give something to the haters to hate about. A few years ago, I was drowning into to-do lists, emails, bookings. Maybe some of you experienced similar things. Inventory, support messages. I wasn't running a business. I was babysitting it 24/7. And I thought, what if your business can run itself? Wouldn't you want to know how to do it? Of course, the answer is yes. If you've been in business for a bit, you know the passive income that some of us may, it's a spectrum of passive income or not, but the passive income requires a huge active effort on the front end. So automation, what we're going to talk about today, is no exception. It requires observation, elimination, and delegation, so we can learn what tools we need to use to achieve automation. See what I did there? But why do we want automation? And why it has become such a buzzword the last few years. Among other things, it saves you time, it scales better, it helps your business scale better and faster, and allows you to focus on growth and not micromanage your business. Here's an example of what I mean. Some of you here have Airbnbs, and as you know, we do have automated messaging. Well, before the guest checks in, we have a message that says the address of the house, the passcode for the door, the Wi-Fi password, and the house rules. We have a message also before they leave, and we have a couple messages in between. But I observed, that's the first step for automation, is observation, that I got the same question from the Airbnb guests 90% of the time. Now, do you know what that question was? Can anyone guess? 90% is the same question. What is the Wi-Fi password? What is the Wi-Fi password? And what I did is, okay, we sent the Wi-Fi password. Of course we did. And of course they didn't read it. Because why would they? They don't read anything half the time. But what can we do in this situation? We want to eliminate that. I don't want to answer the same as the passcode. So the rules of the game today is eliminate before you delegate. Delegate only if you can't automate. So delegation is our last resort because it just costs resources. So eliminate. Can we eliminate the Wi-Fi? We know Airbnb cannot eliminate the Wi-Fi. It's not going to turn out well. Can we send 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 messages? That's the Wi-Fi, that's the Wi-Fi, that's the Wi-Fi. No, we can't, because now we're going to have a complaint that, oh, you send us too many messages. Can we make the network open? We can, no passcode. Now we have other issues. It's data breaches. What I did is I created a pamphlet which it says show it, and I forgot to take it. It's a A4 format piece of paper that says but Wi-Fi first with big bold letters. And that's the first thing that guests see, because once you walk in to the room, the pamphlet is right here, and even if you want to watch TV, the remote is on it. Like, I'm not saying that everybody saw it, but 99%, because we all have that one person, that one guy. So from 90% of being devoted to answer this one question overnight, well, not overnight, I was sleeping overnight, next day, first thing next morning, I got 0 questions about the Wi-Fi. 2 years in, no one has asked me about the fucking Wi-Fi. The only question I answer now are actual questions for problems like plumbing or the AC. Talking about the AC. Don't you love when your tenants crank the AC down to 55 degrees like you're hosting Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat? It's, how do you do that? How do you prevent them from turning the AC into a snowman? Because the AC freezes and then they call you and say, hey, the AC is not working. Oh yeah, it's not, because you froze it. So my solution to that was elementary, Watson. Eliminate it. Just don't offer, no, I'm just kidding. You need to delegate the AC temperature, and I delegated it to a thermostat that you can lock. Lock it on 70 degrees, and that's all she wrote. I have not had the problems since then. Electric thermostat just solved all the problems. This prevents the guests to live off their Elsa fantasies real quick. Next thing is checking in. When somebody checks in, they ask you, where's the key? I put it here. No, the key's under the mat. No, the key's in the lockbox. No, fuck the key. It's not the 1800s anymore. We have electronic locks. Most of us are using it, whoever have Airbnbs. Just get the electronic lock. It can create the code for the guest and make it active at 3 p.m. when it's the check-in time. It can make it deactive at 10 a.m. at the checkout time. Done. Thank you. Next. What's the checkout now? That's one of the last parts of the check-in process. After checkout, you have to figure out how you're going to communicate with the cleaner. Will the cleaner show up? Is she the right one? It's like a Tinder date all over again. For the older audience, it's a dating website. Yeah. There are a few solutions to the cleaner's conundrum. There's easy software you can use that sends them a message and notification immediately when there's a booking. And then they can actually notify you when they start and when they finish work. And you can also use cameras on your property, on the outside, that are on your location if they have left. Yeah, the cameras don't only you don't use the cameras only to spy on your guests. You can use them for other stuff as well. Which brings me to my next point. Every business, even if you're not Airbnb, if you do anything else that has like a property, you need cameras, not to spy on your guests or employees. But things happen. And if you have filed an insurance claim, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You need to bring receipts sometimes. And last part of at least the Airbnb automation is your crew. In the plumber, electrician, roofer, handyman, and others in our business. But I always say, and we talked with some of you before that, 3. If somebody's on vacation and somebody in divorce court, you need somebody else to come and fix the issue. If you're in another business like e-commerce, you can use fulfillment automation, chat robots. If you're in the coaching business or consulting business, onboarding emails, you can automate that. Calendar bookings, you can automate that. The principle is the same. If something is a repeatable task, it can be an automated task. So today, after we finish with the meeting, maybe not today because it's too late, but tomorrow, I urge you to do just one thing of each. Eliminate one task. Never automate something that should be eliminated. So just focus on one thing to eliminate. Automate one routine. If I'm answering the same question twice, it has to get automated. If a human can handle it, then I'm gonna document it, write SOP or a system, and it gets delegated. And number 3, delegate one responsibility. I checked your marriage cannot be delegated. Once you've eliminated the junk and you've automated the boring stuff, what is there left? It's just the weird one-off, custom tailored, premium gourmet Pro Max problems that you're going to have. So hire a VA and give them a carte blanche, not to call you for, hey, can I do a $2.36? Yeah, Becky, do the $2.30 discount. Leave me alone. Anything under $100 or $50, depending on your business, tell them to use their best judgment. Sometimes check on their judgment, but solve your problem with delegation. You don't scale your business by doing more. You scale your business by doing less of the stuff that doesn't matter and letting machines and systems handle the rest. And remember, if your business falls apart the moment you go on vacation, you don't have a business. You just have a glorified job. And you need to automate your way out of that job because automation gives you your life back. Thank you very much for hearing me out today. If you have any questions, now is the time to shoot. Yes, ma'am.